Okay, just making a quick video on the targeted individual program. Sun's just setting right now. I'm just gonna get my hat. Give me a minute. Let's just. I'll keep this on. I'm pausing and starting. Sorry, fucking on. But yeah, so today, coming back from my mum's, they sent all the police, like as usual, and tailing my bus and driving in front of my bus, and then I get an ambulance pulled in front of my bus as well. No sirens, just slowly drives in front of the bus with, I couldn't really film it because it was right at the front. I only got glimpses because I was sat in the back, but it had its lights on and it was slowly driving in front of the bus. Then it turned its lights on. It turned its lights off. Hear that? That's what these people do every time I try and chill here. They'll come past with a little gay music and try and disturb my peace, you know what I mean? Because this doesn't usually happen, man. This is a quiet road, right? But when I'm here, it seems immediately when I get here, all the other people turn up. Like, there'll be no one here. As soon as I turn up, people here will turn up. Here, all my neighbours that are plus will turn up. And that's the synchronization, and I think they mind control them to do this, because I just they can mind control you. For instance, like I was coming here, right, and I got here and realised I'd forgot my key for my shed, so I had to go back to the flat to get the key for my shed. Yeah. As soon as I come out the second time, there's coming out immediately the same time it's entry, you see. As soon as I leave, the guy in that car that says die D1E TMD, which is a subliminal message saying die timid, and that car's been there a while, you know what I mean? So that guy's there, and then I go in to get my keys, and then he's still in his car when I go out on his phone. So I don't know, maybe he's telling the other perps what to do. Immediately when I, go out, my neighbour, she's coming out. You know what I mean? She's coming into the flats the minute I go out. And then not only that, as soon as I go to because you got to ask yourself, this is what they do, man. She was coming back into the flats, so I've gone straight out to the allotments. Then I unlock the allotments, and come to find out, she turns up a minute after me. You know what I mean? So they're trying to follow me. You know what I mean? They're trying to do all this shit. So today as well, I mentioned all that with the police. We've also been playing low-level sirens in my mum's area because I guess they know I'm able to get away from the gang stalking, so they're trying to, play the low-level sirens to harass me instead, because it's quite a rural area, so they can't do all this loud music shit and loud siren shit without people thinking what the fuck's going on in that area, you know what I mean? So they're doing the low-level sirens, you know what I mean? I go out cycling today, and I was thinking, because I've noticed on my bike, ever since I've got it serviced, it seems like these perps are able to find it easier. And you remember when I told you it got serviced and there was a police officer with a Glock, right? And that is the police officer being there himself outside Halfords is unusual, but the fact they were armed is very unusual. Now, I know that was a subliminal threat, but I'm thinking maybe they went to the Halfords guy saying I'm some kind of dangerous person or terrorist, and they've put some kind of tracker in my bike or something like that, you know what I mean? Because I have noticed that, well, today on my bike, I noticed the police seemed able to, they seemed to know everywhere I was going. Like, I went to this area and there was 2 police vehicles come past me, like, slow, you know what I mean? You know, but, you know, coming back, there's a guy. So I'm cycling on the left side, like you should in Britain. In Britain, you drive on the left. I'm on this track, right, by the road, and there's this guy cycling on the left, on the other side of the track by the road. As soon as he approaches me, he cycles to the right, his right, so that he's basically blocking my way. So I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? And he's staring at me, like glaring at me, staring me down. So I'm just looking at him like, what the fuck's your problem, mate? Like that. I didn't say anything. I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then he just goes like that, you know what I mean? So I'm like, why did you do that, you dickhead? You're on the wrong side, you fucking knobhead. And then he just cycles off. So that's how they harass you with, you know, they do things like that to cause confrontations with you, to deliberately, because he went to the wrong side of the track, right? There was a person blocking the way, but he stopped for her. He could have waited for them to go past, but instead he, you know, goes to my side of the track and just glares at me. You know what I mean? And that's what these people do to try and, you know, intimidate and to harass you. So, you know, that happens, and then they go and everything. But, that's my neighbour, that's the person I'm talking about. You know how as soon as I get here, she gets here. As soon as I leave, she's, you know, entering, which is the same time as entry. I think they can mind control people in these blocks to do this shit, because this shit goes on all the time, like all the time. I'll be leaving. Nearly every time this happens, someone will be coming in when I leave. Every time I get back, there'll be a car pull out. Like the same thing happened today. As soon as I get back off the bus, just approaching the flats, a car pulls out of the flats, and it's always a different person that I've never seen before. Right? So that's the same time exit entry that they do to try and, you know, basically harass you and freak you out. So, yeah, you know, they do all that kind of shit, man, like, to basically, basically harass you and all that. So, yeah, I'm sure there's something I've overlooked that happened. Oh yeah, they sent me a subliminal message on my phone. You know, I talk about the guy I was in touch with, Target in Aberdeen, and I'm texting him, my phone locks up. So I'm like, why the fuck is my phone locked up? Yeah, I ought to have a subject on them messing with my phone and tell you what they've been doing, because lately they've been messing with my phone hardcore. So all of a sudden my phone locks up, and I filmed it. I'll upload the video of what they did, because I had this in my bag. So my phone locks up, and then the word Rottweiler is on the phone, and that's targeting me, because around here there's a couple of guys who walk a Rottweiler, and they're perps. You know, they appear everywhere I go here, you know what I mean? When I come out here, they pop up. You know, I think I've even filmed one of them. But yeah, they do that. 2 black guys, you know what I mean? And I'm sending a subliminal message to let me know that they're, you know, they're monitoring either what I'm saying, because I think I mentioned it in my video. So they're letting me know that they're monitoring my videos. It's also to make you think you did it, because I did not type Rottweiler. I had no reason or context to type Rottweiler. So that's the harassment. Them trying to send a subliminal message and gaslighting me with my phone. But they keep ringing people on my phone. I've had them ring my dad, the friend I talked about in my other TI video. I've had them ring another TI I'm in touch with. They constantly ring Targeted in Aberdeen. He knows what's going on, because it happened with both my phones. When I used to have my phones, they used to ring Targeted in Aberdeen. It used to happen all the time. They'd mess with my phone, to ring, especially TIs I'm in touch with on my phone. They'll be ringing. Like the other day, TI I'm in touch with, my phone just locks up. So it just locks up, right? And then I'm like, why is my phone just locked up? Because it takes a certain time period for the fucking phone to lock up. It shouldn't just lock up. When you leave your phone for, say, maybe 10-15 minutes, then it locks up. But I was texting someone 2 minutes before, so my phone just locks up like that. Then I unlock it, and then all of a sudden I see I've got a message from this TI, and she says they just rung me through your phone again. So, because I've been stopping it every time they've been trying to ring people through my phone, I've been pressing cancel. And a lot of times when they do this, the phone will go black, so I can't press cancel easy to try and stop you doing it. But I think they do this to try and make people think you're a perp, because they've done it to my dad, they've done it to 2 TIs, they've done it to one of my friends. They did it to another one of my friends actually recently. They rung him, but they've been pocket dialing all my a lot of my contacts. Usually the TI ones, like 90% of the time it'll be the TI ones that they're ringing. So yeah, basically, they do all that shit. They'll try and make other TIs you're in touch with think you're a perp, and they'll try and make you think they're perps. That's a tactic they do a lot with this shit. But yeah, they meddle with all your electronics. Like the other night, my alarm clock, one of them, I had to take the battery out because it messed up because of what they've been doing to it. I need to reset it because they can hack your wireless devices, and these alarm clocks, they connect through a transmitter to keep the time, and they're solar powered, so they keep the same time, so they're wireless, so that means they can be hacked, right? So what they've been doing, again, this is the sleep deprivation, they've been setting my alarms off at like midnight and times like that, to wake me up. This happened about 3 or 4 times, like they've set these alarms off. Yeah. But this is a tactic they use to try and harass you and, basically wake you up, basically. I haven't seen that moped guy for a while. It's been about, I think last Wednesday, I think was the last time I seen him. I hadn't seen him for about 4 or 5 days, which is unusual because he's usually every day pretty much, apart from Sunday. Occasionally not Saturday, it's usually every day. I mean, it's Monday today, I haven't seen him today. Usually comes as soon as I get back from my mum's, he'll turn up, and he hasn't turned up. I mean, this is the perp they've been using, like this. For me, it's like it's almost like they pick a primary perp. It's like before him, it was the most dedicated perp who he used to walk past me and he used to smirk at me, or he'd, say something like, one time I was with my friend, and I remember this like it happened yesterday. He just went, like that. You know what I mean? This guy is a straight homo. Well, I confronted him one time in a shop. I just said, stop fucking following me. Why are you following me? I know what you're doing. And then he's like, I'm not following you. You know what I mean? And all this bullshit. And you sound like a proper homo. Like, got the homo voice. But But yeah, I confronted him. I didn't see him for a while after that. But I seen him probably last time I seen him was last month. I sometimes still see him, but it's like they backed off using him, and kind of now the primary perp is the moped perp. You know, because he's been at it for about 2.5 years, maybe 2 years. Yeah, so like end of 2015 into 2016, this guy started it up with the harassment. But I did see him. I did film a guy on a moped that looked just like him swearing at me. I think I filmed him, or I mentioned it in one of my videos where, I think I mentioned it, but a guy on a moped swearing at me, saying "you fucking bastard" or something like that when he went past me on the moped. And this was just before the everyday harassment. I'm pretty sure it was him. So yeah, but yeah, it's been a lovely day. It's, if you're not from Britain, like, the temperatures here, it has a very bad reputation for the weather, but the weather can actually get quite hot here. Sometimes, like in the summer, it can get to, like, down south, it can get to about 34, 35 Celsius. Like today, it's been in the high 20s. I think the hottest it's been up here this year has been about 32, 33, something like that. So it can get quite hot. But the weather is very changeable at times. Like last week, it was quite cool and rainy. But this summer has been pretty good. It's been quite a nice summer, I have to admit, compared to last year. So far, anyway. June and so far in July and May have been very nice, and the end of April have been very nice months. A lot of sun, just the right amount of rain for the plants. There's not a drought, but it's been dry, it's been nice, warm, good amount of sun. Sometimes it can be a washout. It's like Britain has a reputation for bad weather. But we do get changeable weather. But I guess one advantage of our weather is we rarely get droughts. Like, we get a decent amount of rain, so which means it's a very fertile island. It has a lot of agriculture, and that's one advantage of it being a maritime climate, is you rarely short of rain. But yeah, it's about, probably, it feels like it's in like the mid-20s at the minute. It's quite nice, quite a pleasant temperature, not too hot, not too cold. But yeah, on the targeting, I mean, it's just it really is very stupid. I can't think of a word to describe it. It's just very insane to me how anyone could do this kind of stuff. It's just beyond belief. Like, how could anyone really bring themselves to do this kind of stuff? Yeah. Yeah. It, but yeah, man, it's like, these motherfuckers ain't gonna quit doing what they're doing, so I can't see this stuff stopping till this government is, matter of fact, not just the government, but this civilization is over. You know what I mean? It's like, that's the only way this kind of shit is gonna stop. You know what I mean? To me, it's just too corrupt and messed up. But yeah, I think they've been. I'm going to get into this subject in a minute. On that exact thing. Yeah, I think there's some thunderstorms forecast tomorrow night and day after, I think. So like I said, our weather can be very changeable. But yeah, we rarely have hot weather for, weeks after week after week. It doesn't really do that. I mean, it can do it in Europe, like in France and Spain, but we don't really get week after. It can happen, but it's not common. It happened in 2003 where we had a drought, but we don't really get week after week after week of hot weather like certain places do. But we do get hot weather at times, like now. But it usually is broken up with storms after a few days or a week or so. It'll break up in a storm again. But yeah, what we're gonna say is that black cat, and not just that one. Now I got a message from Tari in Aberdeen, and he's been talking about how he keeps feeling like he's been targeted by animals, and I have to say I do think they can control animals with the remote neural monitoring technology, because people will be like, yo, you're crazy, you know what I mean? They can't do that. I heard one call where someone said they thought they could use animals, but when you think about it, they can do this stuff to people, right? So a person is going to be a lot trickier to manipulate than an animal. You have to remember the CIA have done experiments using animals. If you research something called Project Acoustic Kitty, and I'm not making that up, it is a real Project Acoustic Kitty, they have done experiments using animals for surveillance, so it would not surprise me if they can manipulate animals, maybe chip them or something like that to get them to do certain things. Because I've noticed I keep seeing this cat here, and not only that, my neighbour's cat, I've been going out late at night, and every time nearly it's been sat in, when I go out, it's been outside the door. And James Holiday, talking Aberdeen, I don't know if it what his name said, so I'll edit that, but he said that he's been experiencing that, and I can say I've experienced that, like I just had now. So it's been black cats. It has been black cats. So yeah, people that say, "Oh, you're crazy," think about it. It's like this stuff exists for human beings, so why not animals too? Because they're not going to be as hard to control, are they, as a human being? So it's worth something to think about. But yeah, I think I'm going to end the recording now. I've said pretty much all I want to say. So yeah.